Listen, when it comes to marketing your business, whether online or offline, the most important question that you have to ask yourself is, who am I talking to? All right. If you are an OG on this channel, you know I always say the simplest way to explain marketing is it is a way to use some type of technology to communicate a specific message to a specific group of people in order to get them to take some type of action, right? That is marketing in its simplest form. And if you want to be able to build your audience full of targeted generated leads and paying customers, you have to learn who you're talking to and who is in your target audience. And that is what I'm going to teach you in today's video. I'm going to share with you 3 things that you have to know your audience must have in order to create an audience full of buyers instead of tire kickers. And I'm also going to share with you a special exercise that I do with my private one-on-one clients to help them really tap into who is in their target audience and who is a part of their ideal clientele. So make sure you grab a pen, paper, pull up a chair, and get ready for all these tips. If you cannot stick around to the end, check out the description box. I have a ton of additional launch resources for you to check out. But for now, let's get into the content. Welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Yvonne and I am a business launch strategist, and I use my degree, my MBA, as well as my degree in business management, my background in human resources and instructional design, as well as my almost decade, which that sounds crazy to say, years of experience as an entrepreneur to help other service-based entrepreneurs to build sustainable online businesses. Welcome to 12 Days of Launchmas. This is a very special 12-day series on launch strategies that is my gift to you guys. I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches my videos, who shares my videos, those who engage, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This 12-day series is for you guys for always continuing to support your girl, okay? All right, so specifically in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to find your target audience. I'm going to share with you 3 things that your audience must have and a special exercise to help you really tap into who is in your pulpit, as I like to call it. All right. So first things first is I want to start by saying that everyone is not your customer. So often when I'm on strategy calls and group sessions, people will say, well, I want to help everybody. Sis, I feel you. I get it. But if you want to attract clients instead of going out and chasing them, you have to decide who it is that you want to serve. You need to hone in on one specific group of people, right? And if you've been a part of my community, you know I like to say that everyone has their own pulpit, right? We all have a specific group of people that are attached to our God-given purpose that God gave us. And that is the group of people who we are meant to serve. So in order for you to tap into your pulpit, you have to consider 3 key things. First things first is when it comes to defining your target market, your audience, they need to consist of 3 main requirements. First things first is you have to serve an audience that you actually like. I know some of you are like, what? Like, what? Yes, you need to serve an audience that you actually enjoy serving. You get gratification and excitement just thinking about the audience. You're passionate about serving them and helping them. And you're just not saying, I want to help this audience because I want to make money, right? And so a great example of this is, think about how many girl bosses, no shade, but think about how many girl boss influencers there are out there that do these women empowerment brunches but people are always dragging them saying, oh my God, I went to her brunch, she was so mean, she was standoffish, this, that, and the third, right? And you'll even hear them sometimes say, like when they're doing podcast interviews, I don't even like females, I don't have any female friends. And it's like, well, if you don't have any female friends, you don't like serving females, why would you build a whole business around female empowerment? Like, make that make sense. But you want to make sure that the audience that you choose is an audience that you enjoy serving. If you don't like kids, you don't want to build a business around serving kids. If you don't like old people, sis, leave the geriatric people alone. Let them go by their business and find someone else, all right? So that is first. You have to choose an audience that you enjoy serving. Next thing is it has to be profitable, okay? Listen, I know you want to help everybody. You want to do good in the world. I get it. I am the same way. Like, I am the type of person who leads with service and I want to help everybody. But when it comes to building a sustainable and profitable business, it has to be a group that is going to be profitable for you. So if you want to target kids and you want to create, I don't know, some type of program and the kids don't have the money, so you have to go to the parents, right? But if the parents don't have the disposable income to invest in what it is that you're offering, then it's probably not going to be a good fit. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. You may just have to consider a different way of going about it. So a perfect example would be like nonprofits, right? So instead of you getting the money from the parents, you get the money from government agencies, grants and funding, investors and things like that, sponsors. So the money doesn't have to come from the kids or the parents, all right? But these strategies that I'm telling you are for for-profit businesses. So if you do have a nonprofit, then it's going to be a little bit different. I just want to put that out there so that everyone is aware, right? All right, so first things first is you have to have an audience that you enjoy serving. The second thing is that you have to have an audience that is profitable. And the third thing is you have to choose an audience where you can actually solve a problem for them, a real problem, not you making up a problem and then solving it. Like, what is a real problem that your target audience is facing and how can you provide a solution for them? So those are the three things that you must consider if you want to create an audience that is full of buyers versus a bunch of freebie seekers and tire kickers. All right. So let me know down in the comment, who is your target audience? Do you already have a target audience that you are serving? Let us know. You never know. Someone may see what you type in the comments and realize like, hey, that's me, and they can identify themselves. And that is how you attract clients. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. I told you guys, if you stuck around to the end, that I would tell you how you can actually tap into identifying who your ideal client is and building your target audience, right? So this is an exercise that I do with a lot of my private clients, my one-on-one clients, when they're struggling to really figure out like, okay, who is my ideal client? One thing that I like to tell them to do is don't just think of your target audience as a group of people. Narrow it down to one specific person. So if you've already had previous clients and customers in your business, think about the perfect customer that you had. Think about that one client that you were like, oh my gosh, I enjoyed working with her. I enjoyed working with him. I loved it. The experience was great. They did this, and this. Like, I would love to have 10 more Sarahs, 10 more Renees, right? Think about who that person was and what it is that made them so special. And if you've never had a client in your business, then you can think about who you would like for your dream client. Think of a real person, whether it's a friend, a stranger that you met online, that you would say, you know what, this would be my ideal client. And I want you to give this person a name if it's a dream person, or write down the name of the person if it's an actual past client, right? and I want you to go to brunch with this person, right? I call this exercise brunch with your client. And basically, you're going to brunch with your client, and I want you to think about who shows up. Give that person a name or name that person, and then write down everything about that person that you can identify. Start with the demographics. How old are they? What gender are they? What's their occupation? What are their hobbies? Things like that, right? What is their income level? What's their education? Write down everything you know about this person. And then once you have all those demographics outlined, you want to jump into their psychographics. So psychographics go a little bit further and deeper than just the demographics of who they are, what they do. You're thinking about who that person is at their core. So you're thinking about their values, their opinions, their shopping habits, why they think the way they think, right? What are their core values and beliefs that really makes that person who they are? And what is it that they want out of life, right? And then once you have your demographics, your psychographics laid out for that person, I want you to think about, what are they Googling, right? What are they spending time on their laptop, laying in bed, Googling at night concerning what it is that you have to offer? What type of questions are they putting in that search box, right? And then the last thing that I always tell my clients to do is what I call the God test. And this is basically when that person is having those late night conversations with God, what type of conversations are they having? What do those conversations look like? What type of questions are they asking? What are the sentiments that they're talking to God and bringing before Him? And you want to use all of this data and this information to build your client avatar. So think of them as a specific person, and think of it like you're taking this person to brunch, right? You get there before them, you're already sat down at the table, you're seated at the table, and they walk in the door and they just look like they have all this weight on their shoulder. They sit down in a chair, they slap the purse off of their shoulder. What is the first thing out of their mouth? How does the conversation start? What are they venting or ranting or talking to you about, right? Really mold and shape what that conversation looks like. And this is going to help you identify who is in your audience and also what they're struggling with as well. So that is the exercise that I do with my private clients that typically helps them to hone in on who their ideal client is and tap into their target audience. So let me know down in the comment if you did this exercise while you were going along with the video. Let me know who your ideal client is, what's their name, what do they do. Let me know all the demographics, psychographics down in the comments below this video, okay? So again, I want to mention that this is going to be a 12-day Launchmas series. Instead of Vlogmas, we doing Launchmas, okay? So make sure you turn on those notifications, you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of these launch strategy videos. But today's video is going to come to an end. Before I go, I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me and this channel all year long. Thanks so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.